Governors elected on the platform of the People's Democratic Party have sought a political solution to end the crisis going on in Rivers State. The governors who met in Enugu on Wednesday, July 17, under the auspices of the PDP Governors Forum, expressed commitment to supporting the governor of Rivers State, Similaye Fubara, to resolve the crisis. This formed part of the wide range of issues the meeting deliberated on that bordered on critical national interest, the state of the party, particularly the forthcoming Congress, among others. The chairman of the forum and governor of Bauchi State, Alhaji Bala Mohammed, who read the governor's resolutions to reporters at the Enugu State Government House, said, "The forum notes the crisis in Rivers State and commits to supporting the governor of Rivers State, and also resolved that the issue be solved through political solution and other measures, that all the leaders and organs of the party will be committed so that we can go together and resolve this issue with minimal pressure and without rancor." Let me start with you, Levin. What is your take on this development?
I think I will want to commend the governors, PDP's Governors Forum for this bold step. It does appear it's coming late, but
the
timing seems to be late. They sat down, allowed their house in Rivers State, one of their big houses. If you look at the various states, you say Rivers State plays a very key role in the building of PDP and sustaining the PDP. So I appreciate they are coming out to make this bold statement. But I don't want to look at it that they are coming on by making political statements, not being backed by actions. So if it is mere political rhetorics, then it will be regretted. The solution in Rivers State, as it stands now, the legalists will not even save either of the parties.
You don't see a constitutional solution?
I do not see a constitutional solution. If we want to continue going to court, we'll spend the entire number of years remaining in this government to fighting interpretations of sections that need no further interpretation. It is not ambiguous. It's just the grandstanding of parties that have made this thing to fester. So it is the political ground that will come to salvage the situation. Because if we go the legal wise, in law, if you are into litigation, one must lose and one must win. It is not about talking about fairness here. One must certainly go. Now, if you look at the cases pending in court, no matter how slow the wheel of justice rolled, to certainly stop one day. And so a decision will be given one way or the other. The person who will lose out will never be happy with the process. The person who wins will never accept those who have kept him fighting for this while. And so the party is also divided. So it will not be in the greater interest of the party to have a divided house.
All right.
It will be good that we look for a political solution. And what is that political solution? I have suggested. As it stands now, there is nothing the 24, 25 lawmakers can do with respect to their vacating office. They have defected, they have defected. As it stands now, yes, there are some decisions the governor have taken that are somehow alien to the Constitution, which stands him, has made him prone.
At variance with the law.
Yes, and made him so open for whatever steps the other organs of government want to take. Let's pretend these steps never happened. Let's pretend there was never a defection. Let's pretend the governor never made some of these decisions. And come together and work, because for the development of the state, these two organs of government must work together. Yes, the law says you should have checks and balances. But that checks and balances is not to the detriment of the masses. The government must be seen to be flowing. It is not that you want to enforce independent of the legislation, you become antagonistic to the governor or to the executive. It will not even seem well for you. Now, the previous, they declared they blocked
the consolidated
relying on section 1,
relying
on sections that, to me, never even availed them, those authorities. Now, if you look at that particular actions alone, halting the expenses of government, it has also halted their own expenses. They're also part of the government. So for whatever sitting that they conduct, government money is spent. They have not approved it. Who then did the approval? Who then will now spend? Where are you going to have the resources to cater for the legislature? Your sittings, allowances, or whatever you call it.
So it's going to be. Would you say that the governor has been paying them since he recognized them? Because if the governor is still paying their salaries.
We're looking at a situation.
We are assuming that they are not even receiving salaries.
We're looking at a situation. Let's not assume that they are not receiving. We are not.
Well, you're assuming that they are still receiving.
No. I said they halted the expenses of government, which will affect the three levels of government. The judiciary will be affected. The executive will be affected. The masses will be the ultimate loser in the circumstance. The civil servants.
So now what do you propose?
I am proposing that let's pretend this defection never happened.
Okay, like everybody should sheath their swords
let's pretend this defection never happened. For those who are
the legislature should pretend that
the governors never made those infractions. Assuming there are infractions that the governors have made. Let them pretend it never happened. Then let's come back to the table with the clear intentions of reconciliation.
And moving forward.
And not political reconciliation. In politics, most times, true politicians, once they have offended, they may shake with you. But what is in their mind is always with them. They wait for the right opportunity to strike. So that is not the type of solution we're looking at. Or
genuine solution.
We need genuine interest.
Would
they all claim to be serving the interests of the people? And so let that interest...
You question if it's the interest of the people in truth.
Yes, I question the interest. I question that alleged interest.
All right. What is your take on this, Nami?
Okay. You know, the issue in River State is a lingering matter, and it has been lingering for over a year now. And, the governors of the PDP are now asking for a political solution. And if my memory recalls, this is not the first time they are making that statement that they want a political solution. I remember when we had PDP hold their NEC meeting. When they had their NEC meeting, the governors, during the NEC meeting, there will be governors meeting, there will be BOT meetings and whatnot. All these processes will lead to NEC meeting. The governors meeting also called for a political solution. The PDP governors meeting in Abuja. That was about 2-3 months ago or so, if I'm not mistaken. That statement they made to today, Chama, we did not hear or see anything. So now that they are calling for another political solution, it's a welcome development because nobody really enjoys crisis. Nobody really enjoys crisis. If you're actually looking at who will benefit from the crisis, because at the end of the day, the masses are suffering from the crisis. And also, if this time they will match their words with actions, then it's a welcome development. But I am thinking that it's going to be as it was last time. Make a statement and don't take any actions. You know, because the same governor has said that the party has failed him. The same governor made the statement.
Could it be the statement from that governor that has galvanized the PDP's governors
to look for a political solution?
Yes.
It might be, because the governor this time was at the meeting. And you see, political solution, if you will recall, was the first thing that happened to this crisis.
The presidential political solution.
That was a political solution.
The peace pact.
The peace pact. That was a political solution. But what was the result? What was the result? That was a political solution from the president. So I think that probably the PDP governors might have a magic wand.
You know that the peace pact generated a lot of controversy in Rivers.
So how sure are we that?
And a lot of Rivers people were not happy with the governors.
How sure are we that we will be happy with the governors of the PDP's resolution if there is going to be any? You know, so for me, I welcome resolutions and whatnot, peace, the political solution. Let it come. You know, but at the end of the day, how faithful are the parties going to be to that resolution? The parties concerned. That is the question we are going to ask.
Because in your opinion, the peace pact, the parties on both parties did not follow truly.
Exactly.
And that was what led to the
this party is accusing this person of not following truly. This one is accusing this one of not following truly. Now the question is, how sure are we that the PDP resolution will stand? You know, the intricacies of this matter is that one person one person, one party must kowtow to the other for there to be peace. That is what I see. One party must kowtow to the other. You know, and if there is a failure in this respect, then any solution that we are thinking of is dead on arrival. I personally believe that we should follow the legal processes.
Okay, we have two differing opinions.
Yes, I personally believe that because political solutions have failed us. The PDP have tried, they did not come up with any resolution. The president, which is the #1 citizen of the nation, has tried, has not come up with any resolution. Let us go the legal route. So that at the end of the day, Chama, if I tell you that this is what I did, this is why I'm asking you to do this, you will know that I have the right to ask you what I'm asking you for.
Okay. You are backed up by the law.
By the body, maybe we are according to the highest court of the land, and the highest court of the land has made the pronouncement.
Okay.
And so I'm telling you that I'm not doing this to you because this is what the law says, and you cannot say no.
All right.
But at the end of the day, if you don't do that, if we are going with the political solution, we'll get to another junction, and then another issue comes up again. Say, okay, leave it. I'm not doing it again. And say, I'm not doing it again. This is after all, it's not legal. It doesn't have any legal backing. You know. So these are the issues we need to look at. But the point we are in Rivers State, for me, let's go to the legal solution.
Now, the question would be, when you talk about legal solution, in having explained that the political solution has been explored before and it failed. Now, looking at the legal solution, don't you think it will take a while? And while all that, the wheels of justice is grinding very slowly,
yeah.
Things will keep getting worse in Rivers State.
You see, that is.
Is it until we get to a point of anarchy?
You see, we must understand that we are not in a banana republic.
Well, you are speaking as a learned.
Yes,
sailor,
we
right?
must. Yeah, because every organ of the government, every arm of the government came through the legal written processes, through laws, and therefore we expect every organ to act through the laws. But where we have tried, I'm not saying that there should not be political solution, no, if they want to.
But you're questioning.
But I am saying that I don't see that political solution
being a long-lasting solution.
Being a reality.
Oh, okay.
If not one party from the divide saying that okay, from to now I'm going to kowtow to whatever you say.
All right.
Chama, if you allow me, yes, if you allow me, you see, when we talk about the first political solution failing,
the peace pact.
The peace pact, I don't look at it as call it a directive.
All right.
If you look at those 8-point agenda or those 8-point directive that came from the presidency, Chama will agree with me that it was not equitable, it was not fair. Now, you can't come to justice. You don't say you are seeking for justice and create another injustice. We're looking for a solution, a political solution that will give fairness to both parties. If we talk about the legal ground, yes. We're talking about kowtowing, yes. As it stands now, the law recognizes one person as the #1 citizen of the state. So let's look at both the legal ground and whatever political ground we're bringing into it. If there is anybody that should kowtow in Rivers State, it is outside the governor. Every other person should, legal-wise. You're seen as the #1 man, no matter your age. If there is anybody that should be respected in the country as #1 in Nigeria, is the president. Whether you have lived 150 years is of no regard. When it comes to traditional rights, he will give you your traditional right. But as it stands of being addressed as #1, is the president. And so we should not be creating a system where I have two emirs operating in one kingdom. So if we're looking for I believe that force was never a genuine political solution. It was never. And so if we have respected leaders who will look both at the laws and the reality and recommend a fair political solution. When two brothers are fighting and you ask them to go to court, you are not settling them, you are dividing them.
Okay.
So no matter the grievances of families, like he said, once a judgment is given, there is a winner and there is a loser. And if I win you in the family, with respect to whatever struggle we are been having in the family, you can never have your way back. Because the legal grant is
binding.
Is holding me. I have the weapon. That's the legal instrument. And so, even the law courts advises parties to explore ADR. That is the political solution we're looking at. So the political solution will not even, if we want to go by his own that the political solution has failed. To me, it did not to an extent. It failed to the extent that it was not fair to both parties.